Something strange happens in the exact moment before you die, and for some reason, it happens mostly at night. Neuroscientists have discovered that in the final seconds before death, the brain activates in a way that defies logic, triggering visions, memories, and something else. Something no one can explain. But here's where it gets unsettling. When researchers analyzed the brain activity of people dying at night, they found a pattern that shouldn't exist. In the last moment before consciousness fades, every subject, regardless of age, culture, or belief, saw the same symbol, a shape that had never been documented in human history. It wasn't from any known language. It didn't match any ancient script. It wasn't a hallucination unique to an individual mind. It was something universal. Some dismissed it as a neural glitch. Others saw it as proof of something we were never meant to understand. Because here's the real question. If this mark is just a product of the brain shutting down, why do some people claim to have seen it in their dreams, long before they ever died? For decades, neuroscientists believed that death was a gradual process, organs failing one by one, consciousness fading like a light slowly dimming. But when researchers started measuring real-time brain activity in dying patients, they discovered something unexpected. The brain doesn't fade away quietly. Instead, in the final moments before death, it erupts. Neuroscans of patients in their last seconds of life showed an intense burst of brain activity, more powerful than anything seen in waking consciousness. In some cases, these surges mimicked patterns of heightened awareness, as if the mind was suddenly more awake than ever before. Then, in 2022, they got their confirmation. A terminally ill patient connected to an EEG passed away while being monitored. What the researchers saw was impossible to ignore. A massive spike in brain activity at the moment of death. Neural patterns that mirrored states of deep meditation, lucid dreaming, and mystical experiences. A surge of gamma waves, the same kind linked to memory retrieval and heightened awareness. It was as if, in its final moments, the brain wasn't shutting down. It was waking up. This could explain why survivors of near-death experiences, NDEs, report strikingly similar visions, like a feeling of floating outside their body or a vivid review of their entire life, as if every memory was being played at once. Some scientists believe this is just the brain's way of making sense of its own collapse. One last burst of consciousness before everything fades. But there's one problem. None of this explains the mark. The brain's final surge might explain hallucinations, tunnels of light, or life reviews. But why would multiple people across cultures, beliefs, and backgrounds see the same exact symbol at the precise moment of death? And why do some claim to have seen it long before they ever came close to dying? If this was just a byproduct of the dying brain, why is it appearing in the minds of the living? Perhaps this isn't the result of death at all. Perhaps it's a sign of something waiting on the other side. As the mystery of the symbol began to unfold, scientists started investigating its origins. Initially, they theorized that it might be a creation of the human mind, perhaps an attempt by the brain to give meaning in its final moments as it fought against the inevitable. But it quickly became clear that this symbol was far more complex than that. It didn't fit any known pattern, regardless of culture, religion, or personal background. Researchers scoured every possible source. They compared the symbol to ancient languages like cuneiform and Egyptian hieroglyphs, and even delved into occult scripts, such as those used in alchemy and mysticism. But nothing lined up. The shape was unique. There were no direct connections to any known cultural or spiritual tradition. It wasn't a symbol of power, a divine mark, or even something rooted in ancient belief systems. The symbol was something else entirely. Impossible to define concretely, it existed beyond the boundaries of human understanding. It felt as though it didn't belong to this world, a pattern that transcended time, place, and belief. But then an unsettling discovery was made. A small group of individuals, whose deaths were still years away, reported seeing the symbol in their dreams, long before they even came close to death. Some claimed it appeared during moments of deep reflection or in times of great emotional stress. Others saw it randomly, like an unexplained vision haunting their sleep. These dreams were not just random coincidences. Many of the people who saw the symbol had no connection to each other, yet their descriptions were eerily identical. The same geometric shapes, the same flowing lines, the same mysterious aura. Why would this symbol be embedded in the minds of people years before their final moments? What purpose could it serve? And why is it so universally shared across all walks of life? As the pieces of the puzzle began to come together, the real question emerged. Was the symbol truly a product of the dying brain, or was it something much deeper? Something connecting the living to the realm beyond death? Certain mystical traditions speak of marks or imprints that are left on the soul before rebirth. These marks are thought to represent unfinished business or unresolved lessons from past lives, symbols that will only reveal themselves when the time is right. In the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, for example, there's a belief that before birth, the soul carries a specific sign, a unique spiritual code that will eventually surface when the individual reaches the end of their current life. The mark is not known to the person during their lifetime, but manifests in the moments of transition, whether through death or a powerful spiritual awakening. Similarly, in occultism, there are beliefs surrounding hidden symbols that can only be understood once a person reaches a higher state of consciousness, or in some cases, at the moment of death. These symbols are thought to carry deep spiritual meanings, guiding the soul to the next phase of existence or preparing it for something beyond this world. It's said that these marks might manifest at the time of death to act as a final key to unlocking the soul's destiny. The symbols seen by those in their final moments could then be connected to these ancient esoteric ideas. The idea that this symbol represents a truth hidden from the living, a truth only revealed in the face of death, is a chilling possibility. Is this symbol the soul's mark, one that identifies the individual's purpose or their journey across lifetimes? Or could it be a catalyst for something greater, a spiritual awakening that signals the end of one cycle and the beginning of another? Some theorists take this a step further, suggesting that the symbol might not just be a passive mark. It could be a call, an invitation, or even a warning. Perhaps it's a message from beyond the physical realm, beckoning the soul toward its final destination, guiding it toward something unknown, or preparing it for an impending transformation. On the flip side, others propose that the symbol could serve as a warning, a final moment of recognition that something crucial is about to be revealed. What if the symbol is tied to some higher cosmic design, one that is invisible to the living and only understood after death? Perhaps it represents the soul's completion or a final choice to make as the spirit transitions into a different plane of existence. But if this mark is truly an invitation or a warning, who or what is issuing it? And why does it appear at the very moment of death? These are questions that continue to haunt researchers and spiritual practitioners alike. Whatever the symbol represents, it seems clear that it's not just a product of the brain's final moments. The fact that it appears before death, in dreams, in visions, in moments of emotional crisis, suggests that it's something deeply tied to the soul. Whether it's a guide, a mark of destiny, or a final test, the symbol's power transcends the boundaries of time, culture, and belief. It's as if it's been there all along, waiting to be discovered, waiting to be understood. As the research surrounding the mysterious symbol deepened, the question that loomed over everything became even more unsettling. What are we not supposed to see? The pattern, the common thread connecting individuals across the globe, suggests something far more significant than just a biological anomaly. This symbol, seen by people just before they die, appears to be something the human mind was never meant to perceive until that final moment. It's as if the symbol itself is invisible to the living, only surfacing at the precipice of death. But what does this imply? Why would something like this exist? Something that's hidden from our conscious awareness, yet visible in those crucial seconds before life slips away. The first theory that emerges from this phenomenon is the idea of predestination. Could it be that the people who see the symbol are simply witnessing a mark that designates their fate? A cosmic confirmation that their time has come, that their soul is ready to move on to its next journey? In this view, the symbol would not be a warning, but rather a seal, confirming that the individual's destiny has been sealed long before they ever come close to death. Is this symbol the universe's final signature, acknowledging that the person's journey has come full circle? Alternatively, there's a darker, more troubling possibility. What if we're glimpsing something that was never meant to be seen? What if this symbol is something so powerful, so dangerous, that it's only shown to the dying because they can no longer alter their fate? Perhaps there are certain truths about the universe, about death, or even about existence itself that should never be known by the living. Is the symbol an unlocking of forbidden knowledge, one that would break the boundaries of human understanding if fully comprehended? What happens to those who are exposed to it too early? Some have even speculated that the symbol could be a gatekeeper, allowing only those at the threshold of death to witness its full power. This could mean that people who glimpse the mark before their time are not necessarily looking at a symbol of their death, but rather at something far more profound. What if it's not a mark of the end, but an opening into something else, an invitation to a reality that is beyond time and space, something that has been hidden from humanity, an idea or force that could fundamentally alter everything we know about existence? Could this symbol be the key to unlocking hidden dimensions or realms that only death can reveal? But there's another theory, one that stands in direct contrast to these notions. Is the symbol a warning? A final plea from the universe or the soul itself, urging the individual to understand that there's more to life than the material world they've known? Some have suggested that the appearance of the symbol might represent a cosmic test, one last chance for the individual to reconcile with their life's purpose, or to make peace before transitioning into the afterlife. The question then becomes, can we, the living, see this symbol before it's too late? This leads us to a more existential and philosophical interpretation. Is the symbol meant to be seen at all? What if the truth about this mark, about the symbol's origin and purpose, is that human beings are simply not meant to grasp it until their time has come? Could the symbol represent a divine plan, something far larger than we can comprehend, with limits to human understanding that keep us from seeing it clearly? Perhaps the symbol is not meant to be deciphered by the conscious mind, only glimpsed by those who are ready to transition to the unknown. And perhaps in the end, that is the most unnerving possibility of all. Are we simply not supposed to understand the symbol or the power behind it until it's too late? This symbol, then, might not only be a sign of death, but also a key to a deeper, uncharted reality, one that we are not meant to understand until we stand at the threshold. And the real question is, do we ever truly understand it, or does it always remain just out of reach, forever hidden from the living? So, if science can't explain it, does that mean there's no explanation at all? Or are we simply not meant to know? What if the answers are beyond our reach, hidden in plain sight, waiting for us to be ready? And here's the real kicker. What if you've already seen this symbol, maybe in a dream, a vision, or even in that fleeting moment before you fall asleep? Could it be that it's been with you all along, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself? The question is, are you ready to understand it?